What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NolanTCG, and we are back here today for another deck profile, and this time it's for Blackwings. So given that we've kind of entered a new format within a new format, not only did we get a new ban list, but now we've gotten a new main set, which has actually shaped things up a little bit, I kind of decided to bring you guys a new Blackwing profile. Ultimately, the combos and the end boards are still the same, so there won't likely be a combo at the end of this video. If any inspiration hits me as I'm going through, though, I will likely change that. But yeah, I will link the other video on the channel if you do want to check out the standard combos for this deck. It'll either be in the description down below or on the end screen. If not, it's probably in the recommended page on the side of the YouTube screen right now. But as always, before we do get started, please remember to drop down below and hit that subscribe button if you are new here, because we are always happy to have new people to the channel. And let's get on into this deck profile. Before we do get started on this one, though, it is brought to you, of course, by yourplaymat.com, who got us our beautiful NolanTCG extra deck sleeves. These are available on yourplaymat.com, as well as you can get custom sleeves and custom playmats, so whatever you need for the current format. There is an affiliate link in the description down below that does get you a little bit of a discount on your order. Also, enter the code NOLAN10YP for 10% off your order. Also kicks back a little bit to the channel, so everything will be very much appreciated. If you're shopping there, you're getting custom sleeves, custom playmats down. Make sure to enter our code at checkout. But let's get on into this deck profile. Okay, so starting us off, we of course start with the standard combo starter. That is Simon the Poison Wind. It does lock you to darks, but does essentially mean you are going to go a very, very big board. With one extender, you slap a Dragoon on the end of that board as well, which is quite good. Quite good. Then after that, we go into our Chris the Crack of Dawn, just free generic level 4 extender. This deck is basically just throw Blackwings on board and make combo. It is pretty brain smart, big heavy brain. Of what cards are in my hand, can I throw them all on board straight away? Yes, I can. Cool, I win. Of course, yeah, if you don't open Summon, you want Lock to Darks, makes the combo incredibly easy. But if you do open the Summon, it gives you so much advantage that hopefully that's not going to be much of a restriction stopping you from going into that Link Spider, wink wink. After the Chris the Crack of Dawn, we do have our 3 copies of Borer the Spear. Again, like I said before, it is just extension. You control Blackwing, extend. Again, you control Blackwing, extend. We have our 3 copies of Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind following up that one. Then we have our standard normal summon. This is what we're going to be using, hopefully, after we've either used Allure of Darkness or we've used our summon. That is 2 copies of Oster the South Wind. Going to be propping off a lot of advantage with this card. Then we have our one-ofs for the Blackwings. Again, still free extension pieces. So we've got 1 Harmat in the Dust and 1 copy of Arishi the Squall. I did consider increasing the Harmat and the Dust count simply because it does allow you to play around Nibiru in some situations. I'll explain it when we get to the extra deck of how you can do that, but effectively, Harmattan is good for that. So if you have the Harmattan, I will typically hold it to try and find a way to do that play around Nibiru kind of run. Then we go into our last Blackwing. It's not a free extension piece, so it's not why we didn't list it with the others. So it's 1 copy of Zephyros the Elite. Just going to be using that to, again, get that double body on board, because we're going to summon this one from deck. Then after that, we go into our free extenders for level 4. Still same as always, 1 copy of Raider's Wing and 1 copy of Seeing Lanius. Again, just because we're controlling X-Seizers, slap them down on the board. They are incredibly easily searchable as well. Then we go into our PK line. Still got the 1 and 1, so we're playing the 1 copy of Ancient Cloak and the 1 copy of Silent Boots. If you draw the Ancient Cloak, kind of sucks. Your life's going to feel pretty bad. Hopefully you also drew Allure of Darkness to then get rid of it. Then we go into our 2 hand traps that we are playing to play around with our Crossout Designator. So we've got 1 copy of Nibiru the Primal Being and 1 copy of Effect Veiler. Of course, Nibiru, people are going to side Nibiru against this deck if they have access to it, so you want to be able to cross out at all times. Also, a lot of decks are main decking it at the moment, which is the reason why we have it in the main deck. And the 1 copy of Effect Veiler as well. It's a very prominent card. If people are intelligent, they will hit your 4-Strix. Your Y-Strix. The link to Y-Strix. They will hit that, and then you kind of get stuck. So you do want to be able to negate that. The more I've played this deck, the more people I play against have realized, hold up, if I stop this, this kind of stops most of this. Yes, that is the case. So we are playing the Effect Veiler. Spoiler alert, there's an impermanence later. It is our 3rd crossout target in the deck. Then for our last 2 monsters, just our generic vanillas. You can opt to play DPE in this build if you want. Given that there is space and we don't really want to be playing 3 Fusion Enforcer, Fusion Destiny, I went for the Dragoon line still because it only takes up 3 cards instead of the possibility of taking up 5 with your DPE package. Ultimately, they offer the same thing. You just want as many negates or interruptions on your end board as possible. DPE does offer a bit more from its utility pieces. The Dark Magician and the Red Eyes offer you very little other than the fact that they are also darks. but so is the DPE engine. So really, it's one or the other for you. Whatever you decide to go with is going to be fine. Then we go into our spell package after this. Starting us off, of course, is our 3 copies of Black Whirlwind. Pretty obvious, Black Whirlwind, very good card, gets you more extension pieces, so why wouldn't you play Black Whirlwind? Not once per turn, so if you activate 3 in normal summon, you're gonna go full combo. Then after that, we have some draw cards, of course, 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. You don't really want to play Desires in this build, because Desires, you're gonna lose all of those one-off pieces that you need to play as one-of. So instead, we're playing the Allure of Darkness. Then next off, we've got our Crossout Designator at 3 copies, of course, to negate the pesky hand traps that are going to try and rip apart our boards. Then we have the Phantom Knight Rank Up Magic Force coming in after this. Again, searchable piece. You can also use it to rank up for your negations or to make another unaffected card. If you can do the double unaffected, a lot of people really struggle to go through that. So yeah, 1 copy of Rank Up Magic Force after that. Then we have our 1 Monster Reborn, following that up for free extension, and then our 1 copy of Red Eyes Fusion because it is mandatory to play. Then after this, we go into our trap cards. They are both PK trap cards, so we've got 1 copy of Phantom Knights of Fogblade, just to give you another disruption you can add onto your end board, and 1 copy of Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadine. Do keep in mind with the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadine, during the standard combo, if you do use the Simon, you can't turn this into a Link Spider, so you will need to go into an Xyz and extend. That's not super difficult though, because it is going to be very easy to get advantage in this deck. Okay, now we get into the extra deck, and of course, starting us off, we have our Synchro package. That is now just 1 copy of Full Armor, Blackwing Full Armor Master, and 1 copy of Raikiri the Rain Shower. The reason why I said earlier in the profile that Harmat in the Dust helps you play around Nibiru is because it helps you get into Full Armor Master significantly easier. So when you basically go into the Full Armor Master, it's not affected by Nibiru. And because it's a Blackwing, you can always just keep another Blackwing extender in hand, do your full combo, and then if you get Nibiru, you have the token. The token goes into Link Spider, and then you just slap down the other Blackwing, and then you have a Dragoon with your Full Armor Master. Do keep in mind you can't do that without the extra resource in hand for the Dragoon to be a negate. But yeah, it is just a way that you can kind of typically play around everything. The 1 Raikiri the Rain Shower as well, it comes up from time to time, the effect. Also, I can sometimes use it as a transitional piece to get you through to the Full Armor Master. Then after that, we go into our Xyz. The first is just our generic Xyz, so it's 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. This is the final card in the extra deck, so this is the 15th card. Raikiri is the 14th card. Feel free to switch them out for anything that you wish to switch them out for if you are looking for space in this extra deck. Then we go into our Raid Raptor Force Strixes next, so we've got the 2 copies of Force Strix. You will burn both of them if you are going super greedy on your combo and getting as many resources as possible. However, typically, if you are going that route, you're going to be ending on like the Draco Future and the Ultimate Falcon. So, of course, after that, though, we do have another little bit of variance you can go to in your combo. That is the Dark Rebellion and Dark Requiem play. Typically, I'll go into this if I get, say, hand trapped, and I'm not going to have as many resources as I can, but then I've accidentally, like, say, I've hard drawn the quick play spell. We can then just go into this package, and it's nice and simple to give us that negation. Then we go into, next off, our Draco Future package. So we have 1 copy of Utopia Future, and 1 copy of Utopic Draco Future. Typically, I would make these off the double Force Strix after I've burned them. And then after that, we have the last card. It is 1 copy of Raid Raptor Ultimate Falcon. Again, you are playing the rank up spell, so you can go into the Ultimate Falcon. Then we go through our Link package next. So we've got the 1 copy of Link Spider, of course, like I said earlier, for turning the Phantom Knight trap or, say, a Nibiru token into. You turn it into that, and then that gets you into your Verte Anaconda, which then follows that up. You are typically just using this to make your Dragoon. 1 copy of Strix follows that up. Again, like I said earlier, this getting hand trapped has proven surprisingly painful if I don't have other cards that I've just vomited onto the board. So, yeah, do keep that in mind. It can hurt when this card is disrupted. Then after that, we of course have our 1 copy of Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche. This is going to get you access to pretty much everything. It provides a free pot when you use the rank up spell. Of course, you are going to be using your Strix to get that rank up spell, so your Rusty Bardiche is going to be getting you access to your 2 trap cards. And then after that, the 15th card in the extra deck is our 1 copy of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Like I did say earlier, you can switch this out for DPE if that is more your liking. That does wrap us up here for the deck profile. As always, please remember to comment down below if you have any recommendations or things you would change. I am more than happy to hear them out. And as always, I've been Ben from NolanTCG, and have a good afternoon, everybody.